When you're constantly screwing over your consumers and not giving people what they expect when they're paying you a lot of money each month, yes, you are going to push people away and they are going to go to other services and find other means to consume content. And now the Crunchyroll CEO is coming out confessing that ad revenue has definitely fallen short of profitability. But before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, follow me on social media, and consider supporting through Patreon or through YouTube memberships. This is a Otaku Cart article. It says, in a recent interview with The Verge, the Crunchyroll CEO openly addressed the financial struggles associated with ads on the anime streaming service. Well, now we of course know that Crunchyroll has definitely gone to pushing more advertisements on their lower tiers and onto consumers because they need to find ways to make more money. We do know, of course, that the FUNimation and Crunchyroll merger ended up happening, and that cost them a lot of money. I would say hefty purchase, so they're trying to figure out as many ways as possible to bring in as much money as possible, but now it doesn't seem like that is actually working out that well for them, because it says, responding to questions about profitability, he acknowledged that while it's still in the early days for their ad-supported model, challenges remain. The discussion unfolded in the context of Crunchyroll's merger with Funimation, compensation controversies, and the platform's openness to further mergers and acquisitions. This is what people do not want at all whatsoever, because they already kind of have a monopoly. Yes, there is still some competition, platforms like HiDive, but at the same time, there is not another platform on the scale of Crunchyroll and Funimation. Yes, Netflix does have quite a lot of anime on it, and Hulu does have some as well, but again, that is not the area in which they are focused on. And if you are thinking about supporting a service specifically because of anime, you're most likely going to be supporting Crunchyroll at this point. But it says, during the hour-long podcast, he shared his insights into Crunchyroll's perspective on the past, present, and future. Notably, he touched on the complexities consumers face in managing multiple streaming services, emphasizing the company's recent move to offer Crunchyroll as an a la carte channel on Amazon Prime. And despite the struggles with ad revenue, Crunchyroll's focus on free ad-supported and bundled offerings such as Pluto TV and Crunchyroll Channel aims to introduce anime to a broader audience. I think they really need to focus in on providing consumers they already have with content those people want. And of course, they have been mired in controversy. They have been drowning over the past couple of months, and honestly the past year and a half in controversy. Of course, most notably recently, users got the news that they were going to have to pay more for their yearly service. Starting January 28th, 2025, users who previously paid $54.95 per year for the premium membership will now have to pay $99.99 a year for that same level. Of course, they fucked up perfectly good content quite a lot over the past few years. I've had to talk a lot about that on the channel, but they have localizers running rampant in content, and sometimes that is not Crunchyroll's fault, but there is some Crunchyroll exclusive content that ends up being completely butchered. Plus, they're raising prices, and they've got a monopoly now, and they're also ripping people's paid content away from them because of Funimation and Crunchyroll's merger into one service. They previously announced that if you purchase things through your Funimation account, they would not carry over once the merger happened, once Funimation rolled into Crunchyroll. So they have a lot of controversy and a lot of things that people are mad at them for at this point. And yes, of course, all of the larger streaming services are going to offering ad-supported tiers because they want different ways to make more money, because their numbers are not growing as quickly as they expect, or they're not able to hold those bigger numbers like they expected. But at the same time, this just comes across as another desperate way for them to make money. The ad revenue is falling short of profitability, they are announcing, but at the same time, it just sounds like they, in general, are kind of sinking at this point because so many people are not subscribing like they expected, or people are, of course, canceling. cutting their subscriptions. And only a couple of days ago, we found out the Crunchyroll CEO was talking about how AI generated subtitles are definitely an area they're focused on, which on one hand, yes, could, lead to less controversy with content, but at the same time, this is also a cost-cutting measure because they do not want to pay real human beings for high-quality work. Not that localizers are really doing high-quality work at this point, that's why so many people are against localizers, but it just seems like they're very desperate to find ways to make more money, and it'll be interesting to see if Crunchyroll CEO comes out and confesses anything more when it comes to funds, but it definitely seems right now that they are struggling. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.